Episode 41.
Sponsored by Pods. With Twix.
We've gone a long
Pods
way.
of Twix? God damn.
Oh, Twix, my man. You're in the good pods.
I don't know, Mars
Where was I? Okay, wait, it's episode 41.
Yeah, 41.
Yes.
And joined by our regular crew. And yes, that includes Stuffies.
I'm regular now? Oh my god.
You're basically regular.
You're as regular as Limia during the Discord recording session.
Right, but yes, we're joined by the usual crew. It's me, Watari, we've got Jiroz,
Hey.
we've got Limiel,
Yo.
we've got Stuffies. I already went through you with one. We got Grady,
Yay.
we got Stooge,
Ooh.
and we got
Duffel.
We don't have the fans here either.
We don't have our Indonesian
Alright,
correspondent.
so the first impressions cast, cue intro, let's get right into it.
Noot.
Wait, are those Girls in Panzer movies out yet?
Not yet. The first one comes out in December.
I can't wait until we can do a podcast about this. Alright, but yes, in lieu of wasting time with news, we're gonna get straight into
What do you mean?
first
That was the
impressions.
news. That was the news.
Oh, yeah, basically.
Also, on other news.
Like, no, that's just the news. The news corner is literally like, is Girls in Panzer out yet? No.
No.
Okay. Is JoJo Part 5 out yet? No. Okay, moving on.
Fair enough. Can we have like a moment of silence for Great Kuni?
Oh,
We
right.
can in editing.
No, I want a real moment of silence, but okay.
Yeah, no, like, that is news. Great Kun, the beloved penguin of Tobuzu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for
The
real.
main penguin is dead. Let's move on.
Yeah. The mean
No, but
penguin.
no. The mean Gringon lives on in Pingu.
Yeah.
lives on in all our Pingu. hearts.
That's good.
Does that mean Pingu stole his soul?
Oh,
Okay,
that's more
before you go
One
into the
news for
implications of
respect.
any demonic possession in regards to Pingu, which is a great transition because hey,
Nah.
we've got quite a varying season this season, don't we? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I haven't been keeping track.
Like every season?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know, man. It feels like it's been.
Don't
like
you
the
call
whole
me
time.
jaded. But anyway, right, let's get into the first
What
show.
did we watch
What got?
first?
I think most people here watch Osomatsu.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that then. It's good. Moving on.
Osomatsu Season 2. As crazy as ever, they went out there. Seriously.
I don't know. I feel like they did it pretty properly.
But yeah, no, Osomatsu Season 2, the
I
Loki
clapped.
Injustice.
I remembered that from the episode.
Yeah. Wow, what a great reference from that thing we watched just last week.
Yeah, it's
Thanks, man.
hard to describe Osomatsu-san without spoiling too much of the jokes.
But I'll
really.
just say this much about the first episode. It's a lot like the first episode.
Of the first season.
Yeah,
Is
the
this a
first
case
season.
of if you like the first season, you like this one?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It
Then
goes
we're
crazy.
done.
Yeah,
Moving on.
we are pretty much done
Possibly
here. It's-
even.
Oh, you guys are so efficient now. My God.
I enjoy the second season even more if it continues on from like. I think the second season's first episode was even stronger than the first season's first episode.
I tend to agree. It was a very, very strong first episode. It did, you know, like any good indicator of a good episode, especially with comedy, is like you go through that whole 25 minutes and you go, wait, it's over?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think first season's first episodes basically say, okay, now the audience know who Osomatsu-san is, so we'll have to put in something else, so let's put in R6. I think it's R6, yeah, basically the whole R6 reference skits everywhere. But now, like, most people already know who those 6 people are.
I hope they know. They already watched 26 episodes of it.
Yeah, it's also everywhere in Japan, seriously. Like, this is one of the biggest, like
It is. It
Franchise.
was tremendous. I know, like, we were wandering around at probably when it was peak
Harajuku.
popularity in Harajuku, and they were like, there was an Osomatsu-san cafe and shit like that.
it's so, yeah, it's just kind of hilarious how like a story about 6 nits just can become this huge.
I think, like,
Power of marketing.
yeah, no, they even reference that. Oh god.
Merchandising is so good.
Oh shit, man.
Anyway,
It's good.
Himouto, Umaru-san too.
Speaking of fucking
Oh my
neat.
god.
Well, not neat.
Hey,
Is it still the cancer on the anime community?
Let's just like,
If you believe in
let's
Digibro.
tone it back, and like it's pretty much the same as Osomatsu-san, isn't it? If you watch the first season, you're gonna like it. This
Yeah, it feels like direct continuation, really.
Yeah. I feel like Osomatsu-san kind of stepped up, but Umaru is kind of still the same.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's
They can afford to still be the same. That's
I don't think it's gonna have big dramatic moments either, so it's just like really chill, like comedy on the background, really.
But Jiroz,
What?
she's going to ask her and Nichan for a switch. That's a huge dramatic moment.
God!
Do they even reference that now? I don't think the.
I haven't watched this show. I just already know what's going to happen.
oh, spoilers.
Double
You
X!
psychic or
Double X! Anyway,
We're not up to that yet.
not yet. Yeah.
Next. Evil or
Speaking
Live?
of-
Live?
Speaking of fucking nits,
How do I pronounce this show's
I have
name?
no idea.
Evil or Livy?
I'm the only one who watched it.
evil or alive.
Especially spelling backwards. Hey!
Oh my god.
God.
Live backwards is evil.
The obligatory.
Race car backwards is race car.
Oh my god!
God.
Yeah, I'm the only one who watched it. Chinese production for Chinese fucking story.
Actual
Expect-
Chinese cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The basic premise is basically a very brutal army-like rehabilitation facility for people who got internet addiction. So essentially, it's
Oh my god.
Can we stop talking about shows about needs?
No.
No,
But
you
that's
gotta
our,
cater to me.
that's our future occupation.
I always expected to hate it, and then it turns out better than I expected because basically it's an army reference, the whole compulsory like recruit reference, but like more like the usual edgy, like oh my god, the instructors are all like violent piece of shit, that type of stuff. And then yeah, like,
Is it as good as the opening of Full Metal Jacket?
probably not.
Then it's a waste of your time.
Yeah, probably.
Fair.
Yeah, like I don't know how good it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be any good, but probably the best like Chinese production so far because it doesn't try to do something really really stupid. Like it's actually like got something going on for it instead of just being
Come
trying to be
on.
witty.
You say that like you don't like memes or something. Everyone likes memes, alright?
It was time for
You shouldn't
serious
just use
shows.
it as an excuse for your shitty writing ability, right? Anyway, let's move on.
Alright,
I mean, memes are pretty good.
Before I say something I really regret.
yeah.
Alright, what's next? Speaking of things we should all really regret, anime.
Don't even get me started.
Well, specifically Anime-gataris.
Yeah, the it's one of the Gatari series, right?
Yeah, you need to watch it after Orimonogatari.
Yeah, yeah.
And also
But before
Umi
Kids-
Monogatari.
Yeah, those two come first, then we have this. Then you can watch Nisse Monogatari. Then Baki Monogatari.
When does
Then
Kanojo
Omari
start?
Monogatari 2. Then you have to watch Omari Monogatari.
There you
That's
go.
how it works.
AMC certified watch order. There you go.
The everlasting
You're forgetting-
Gatari
but-
watch order.
But Lineal, you're forgetting Katana Gatari.
It comes at the end.
No,
The
I
one
thought-
we screamed!
No. That's the very first prequel chronologically speaking. So if you watch the chronological order,
Yeah,
you
but
have
you
to
don't watch
watch
it in
first.
chronological order.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
That's that.
I liked Anime-gataris. It was.
It is.
It was fun. Oh my god, a cute girls do cute things show that's about a club.
And
About
anime.
anime club.
No, legitimately, I haven't actually seen this for about 2 or 3 years, so I'm glad someone made another one.
Fair enough. I
An
just
actual
hope
school club.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think, like, when was the last time there was a cute girls do cute things school club show, and I can't remember it, which means it was either bad, or it was a long time ago, or it was Stella no Maho, which is
I
actually
was
good.
about to say that. That's the one that jumps to me.
Might have to pick that up.
Stella no Maho doesn't start the same way, but, like, this reminds me of K-On!, but it's about anime instead.
It's about
Yeah.
And it has
starting a
a-
club.
It has
Yeah.
a talking
And-
cat.
It's original series, so who knows
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Everyone needs a gimmick.
It was,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
it was fun.
I just hope it doesn't turn out like gamers.
Totally not watching it because we need.
It's not going to turn out like Gamers. I can already tell from the first episode.
Yeah.
Because they start completely differently.
Yeah.
See, Gamers from the first episode, I already had warning alarms going off in the back
It's
of my
about a
mind
video game.
saying, drop it, stop, don't keep watching. Why did you watch 6 episodes?
Stop.
This,
Some help.
Speaking of anime, Imouto-sai, what do you call it?
Sai Ireba.
Noto Saerebai, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Imouto-san Ireba, and the first 100 second is basically Haruhi episode 0 equivalent. It's crazy as it pushes the whole Imouto's light novel tropes to the extreme, to the point you kind of clearly tell it's satire.
All I know about this series is that apparently he's a siscon, but he doesn't love his sister or something.
He doesn't have a sister.
Oh.
He's trying to make one, right? That's what I heard. That's what the synopsis says.
We're entering
sounds
levels
like
of
the
autism
best
that we're not supposed to.
We're entering levels of trash that have never been seen. Somehow this is topping Eromanga Sensei.
Oh, wait.
How is such a thing
It's
possible?
from the writer of Haganai. So
right.
ignore the ending of Haganai. The first few volumes actually pretty decent. And yeah, so it's like the protagonist is a light novel writer again. Hello. and there's basically a clear like white couple relationship going on, and it's basically the whole writer thing is basically more of that really. And the last episode, like you can like there's a clear hearing going on, hearing like who loves him, but he don't think he's like equal to him because like she's clearly way better than him. So it's like this whole like romantic stuff.
Wait,
set up
so
in
a dumb harem protagonist that
There's-
realizes a girl is out of his league for once? I don't believe it.
And
Up
yet
to
the girl
you.
sticks around anyway.
Yeah, the girl is so horny for him, seriously.
Oh wow, that's not wish.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right?
It broke new ground! It's so new and interesting
Oh my
and
God.
different.
All the awards. Crunchy World, Anime of the Year, Couple of the Year,
See
Circus of the Year.
you say that about Crunchyroll. There is a chance.
Oh.
There is
Oh,
a chance
God.
it could happen.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It was alright, but it's like not as offensive as other ones. Because they're speaking of girl being horny for him. Boku no Kanojo ga mami like Sugiru Shojo which got
Yo, don't watch an anime called
Look, when the show's
Boku no
title
Anime,
is
yeah.
calling one of the protagonists a slut, just don't watch the show.
It is the closest comparison I have is Sekogai Yakuin Domo. But in this case, there's actually
Not funny?
a girlfriend going on. The pacing is off. The pacing is pretty off for this one, to the point where it's like going back to Sekogai Yakuin Domo and realize how good how they rearrange all the Pokemon is. Not in the case for this one. It's basically like new jokes all the time, and basically they're trying to attack him, but it's like, and then the girlfriend trying to repel all the attacks at the same time. It's kind of hilarious in that regard, but overall it's not that great.
What a
So.
surprise.
Yeah.
So good.
Correct.
I just like the continuous skits for the first episode. Basically, the girlfriend trying to like appeal to him sexually, but just being too aggressive to the point where it's like you are overdoing this whole like romantic sexual approach thingy. So it's like yeah. Anyway, it's a romance show with new jokes.
Hey,
Basically.
senpai.
Next!
And-
Black
Speaking
Clover!
of shit,
I feel like
Black
we need to
Clover.
only yell!
Yeah, no, like
Stop it.
I
It's
I
the
was
most
almost tempted
generic.
to try it because I'd heard that it was trash.
All I've heard about it is that all the yelling, and apparently it's like they took the most generic elements of One Piece, Naruto, and Fairy Tail and put them together in the most bland possible setting possible
I
for a
prefer the
show.
real Shonen Jump.
I
Surprisingly,
prefer the real
Shonen
Dream
Jump.
Boruto.
Shonen Jump has some legitimately good manga in it, and it's overshadowed by shit like Naruto. But then you have crap like this that just should die.
the first episode
But
is useless
fucking
as fuck.
dumbass 10-year-old Japanese kids beg their mother to buy Shonen Jump because they want to read Black Clover because they're idiots.
Right. I used to be an idiot.
To its credit, the people say it's got a little better later on when they ditch all the cliche stuff and got to like the more interesting side characters.
How
But
many
the main
episodes does that?
How
take?
many
100?
hundred chapters does that take?
I don't know, but apparently it's gonna have 51 episodes.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Oh my
And I
God.
was just like,
Oh no, it's gonna get good at episode 40, guys. Trust me, guys.
I heard it's gonna get good at chapter 40, so probably around like after season 1, after the first squad maybe. So
Yeah.
Oh my, I only have to watch 13 episodes until
Yeah,
it's good.
so swim through this lake of
okay,
shit
man.
to get to that island of gold,
yeah,
guys.
like compared to like the recent style in Macadamia,
Golden shit all
Yeah, man.
this show the first episode is so low on the quality is unbelievable. But yeah, I don't know. Like apparently it's got better, but who knows? Like,
You
first
know what
episode
they
give us
say.
a good impression.
You gotta drown before you could die.
You can't die if you don't drown.
We're not up to that show yet.
Anyway,
What's
Yeah.
next?
more shonen stuff. Yuki Holder.
Oh, hey, I watched that. It's a Negima 2 or something. I
Is
don't
it
know.
really?
Yeah, that's the thing.
How does Negima even work
Yo, hold
anymore?
up. Like, it starts out with like the classic
Is it a sequel
Negima
to the
scenario.
Shaft one or the original?
None. They are both original. They are both
Yeah.
like anime original.
How is it a sequel?
Sequel
It's
to the manga.
Sequel to the manga. Like, and it's like this is the manga going like I've gone too hard on the Negima shit. It's time for me to move on and write something else. So I'm gonna write
We'll go back to
Negima 2.
Yeah. He jumped publishers, by the way, so that's why they,
Oh right, okay.
they
That's
can
why.
use the exact
That's
same
why
thing.
they had to fucking make it distinct. But anyway, you know, it starts out with like a Negima homage. He sneezes and everyone gets naked.
That's the first 10 seconds, that's it.
Yeah, no. But then after that, it's time for that vampire character that everyone loves.
Yep.
Eve, Evangelion Neon Genesis or whatever her fucking name is. But yeah, no, yeah, she's all grown up now and living in bumfuck Japan, teaching and like doing magic while avoiding rape attempts by local boys.
Cyclone.
Yeah, no, but like, and there's this 5 kids, and like, oh, we're gonna go to the big city, but only one of them is the main character. I'm like, neither of you are fucking going to the city except that kid. Like, don't give me that shit. But yeah, no, shit happens because oh no, she's a criminal vampire thing, and oh no, I turned you into a vampire to save you from the accident that killed your fucking parents.
What's this, Kizu?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole fucking time too. Hang on a minute, I've seen this before. But anyway, it's the makings of a battle harem, and you know, it's.
Can I watch
So
this
that
show
happened
without
with
having watched any of the prior
Probably
anime
so far,
and
yes.
without having
Yes,
read the manga?
So
far,
far,
yes.
yes.
Is it fun?
Well,
It's anime,
That's-
it can't be.
It's pretty orthodox type of.
right now, it's playing it too straight for me to tell what the fuck it's going to evolve into. But the girls in the opening look pretty cute, so I don't fucking know. But like, you know, this is the guy's main shtick is like Kenna Kamatsu, right? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
like he did like Love Hina, he did Negima. Like his whole shtick is like I draw really fucking cute girls and terrible stories.
I don't know, there was the Magic Kingdom's arc in Making must be good.
Well, okay, how long do you have to take to get there?
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. it takes him like, okay, I'll try 100 times. Now I've got a good art.
Okay, this quick aside.
Alright.
Negima basically is like the publisher want him to do another Love Hina, but he wants to do the Magic Kingdom, so he's just like, okay, let's slowly bring in the basic stuff, the Kyoto trip, the the sports festival.
Yeah,
and it just
yeah.
escalates towards like the magic stuff that's Magic Kingdom. It's like holy shit.
And like, and the idea of like enriching the story is like there's like 100 cute girl characters now, and like you know, I like cute girls, man. I live
There's
for
a
that
limit.
shit. But there's a point where you have to go like it's time to stop. But so far, you know, it's
The merchandise worked, so that's why.
yeah,
it's-
exactly. Like people ate that shit up over there. So you know,
Yeah.
like if things go well for him, maybe this will be something different. I don't know.
I think we're all on some sort of list now.
I'm on the fence at the moment.
Yeah, like it's pretty middling at the moment. And
Alright, what's next? What's next?
You're so excited about this show stuffy, so I can't imagine why.
Because I can finally talk about something.
Two-car. What is Two-car about?
It's
It's about
two cars.
sidecar racing.
It's
Oh,
about
and
tits
cute
and
girls.
ass. Wait,
It's about.
Baffle.
It's just another way to show really good shots of the girl's ass as they lean around the corners in sidecar racing. No, but anyway.
You mean really good? You mean very tasteful shots of sidecar racing, sir? Don't you?
that too? That too. No, but
ass.
well, Livia
That's
obviously
really-
has very clear opinions as to this show, so I
boring.
assume you're gonna be dropping it like immediately.
Boring.
Like for me, this is sort of like the equivalent of my Nana Maru
Nana Maru
Sanbatsu.
Sanbatsu. A show so forgetful you don't even remember its name.
No, like in Nanabaru, right? Like it was pretty cool to learn all about this stuff about Quiz Bowl and like how it's done and everything, and like I learned something and it was and I had fun doing it, and like the plot was like a nice little side, like a bonus thing.
Yeah.
And 2 Kara is pretty much the same thing, except done not as well. Maybe I'll learn something cool about sidecar racing. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know people did this. Yeah. And like, and the cute girls is just like a bonus, And it's really funny because in the show when they were announcing the racers, that it was pretty much like a showcase of all the trophy girls.
Yeah.
Like, literally just listening.
They just went over every trope.
Yeah. And like that's what I expected out of this show. I'm not expecting anything grand. I was like, yes, there's the Hime-sama. There are the twins. There's the
of course you remember the Hime-sama.
The pervert SM couple. There's the whatever. And it's great to see all the cute girls, and the sidecar racing is great as well.
How do you think about the racing itself? What do you think about the sports aspect?
It was okay.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
Adequate.
I think like legit.
Real racing is way better.
Sidecar racing as a concept, like the way you have like a partner, and the way they have to shift their body to get like an optimal sort of like turn and stuff like that. I'm probably talking about my ass because I don't know.
Just go watch Le Mans, kids. It's much more entertaining.
But really, you don't there's not much you can expect from the show. It's just
but it's to maximize its cute girl to car ratio to its limits.
Like I like cars, I like racing, but
I don't like cute girls. I
don't like ass.
Hey, wait.
No, just I looked at every other show I was watching, and I'm like, this is probably the worst one, and I'm not that engaged.
Wow.
Okay,
What about Black Clover? How could you say that?
I didn't watch Black Clover.
I think I see what kind of transition you're going for here, Gerald, so I'll let you do it.
No, it's not about Italians.
No, I was saying, speaking of having a single trope for every single girl, Blend S. Yeah.
Blend S that are a single trope for every girl.
Wait,
They have
this
two!
show about
For now, it's the
coffee?
first episode!
They have two! They have their real face and their hidden personalities.
Alright, 2
Wait,
tropes
hang
for
on.
every girl.
What is this show about?
It's a cafe show. It's
Oh,
working season 5.
Is it about coffee?
No,
Green
not yet.
tea.
There we go!
yeah.
I know my references. I actually don't know that reference, but I know the meme.
What? How do you know they're the good Yuusha reference?
Because I haven't watched Goshiusa.
How dare you?
Yeah,
No, this is working season 5.
Yeah, that's how I know to stay out of it.
But instead of a normal restaurant, it's a cafe.
Fetish
Oh my
restaurant.
It's
God.
a fetish cafe where all
Yeah.
the customers are discussing otaku.
Yeah.
High
pretty much.
five.
Like, every girl is supposed to work to follow a specific
Hey, that
trait.
me!
God damn it. So you got the blonde girl who's supposed to act like a tsundere, and you got the
Look, let's just
right?
cut to the chase. This show is going to be popular because of the main girl giving everyone the most sadistic look. You are going to see this show. You are going to see images of this show.
Of course.
You're
Just
gonna
watch
see
it.
gifs of this show.
No, honestly, it's actually it's fun.
Okay.
You could probably watch the whole show in just anime IRL memes. I guarantee that.
Yeah, just watch it through YouTube clips.
Or that too.
Yeah.
I like the show just because the manager is Italian.
So cute. Anime on Crack Part 13.
Live reaction.
Oh, I came up with like the worst example of those videos you can, and then you made it even worse.
Yeah,
Piled
it's
shit on top of
No,
shit.
you gotta have a black guy from Atlanta doing the live reaction. That's the only way to make it worse.
They have the like, hey guys, welcome to episode.
Oh, fuck me. Stop. Too real. It's like I'm there disliking the video.
It's A1 Pictures, so the animation's good.
It's one of the better A1 picture animations.
Yeah,
that's
the
okay.
the art is actually quite good, and
Yeah.
they haven't fucked up the animation yet.
Yeah.
Now I know where the whole team went. Not FA. This shit.
Good.
It's easier to do slice of life comedy than
Yeah,
action.
yeah,
really.
obviously.
Anyway, more of like cute girls doing cute things.
Oh boy, my
Konohana Kitan.
favorite. What?
Yeah.
I keep
Alright.
watching. I keep thinking every time I watch it, I'm just like, this isn't as good as Hanasaki Roha. It's not as good as Hanasaki Roha. Why are you trying to be like Hanasaki Roha? Just be like the Raramero show.
I feel like it's a mix between the two, really.
Yeah, but like, You have a difference between a drama and a Kurara manga. And Kurara manga are basically just about everything being super cute all the time, and there are occasionally small little bits of drama. This show has had way too much drama to feel like that, yes.
It's a Yuri show, that's it.
It also doesn't help that half the characters are annoying or I dislike.
Why?
Okay.
Like Pink. I don't like her. She's a bitch. And Purple was also a bitch until the second half of the second episode.
What? And actually, in the
Which is-
first episode already.
No, in the first episode she's a cunt.
Oh.
You have the lolly who is fine, but she also hasn't said a single word. The main character's
That's
okay,
why she is
but
fine. Yes, I said it's in a good word.
It's funny though, because like this original manga came out 10 years ago. Came out with 2 volumes, got disconnected because he was working on another one, and then waited 4 years before he got resumed like, 4 years ago.
like the main character, I just have a problem because the main character has like nothing. There's no drive or motivation at all.
You forgot to make the biggest point of
What,
the show.
the saber?
No. They're all Kemono Mimi.
Oh yeah, they all, whatever.
But
Who
why?
cares?
That's the key point.
The saber character is kind of fun.
No. That is more Yukikaze from those days.
But no, like, I guess my problem is, like, there's absolutely no drive behind this main character. She has basically nothing that she wants. Like, even if she had just said, I want to get better at, helping run this inn. But she hasn't. She hasn't said anything about any kind of motivation at all.
But why?
Make me
She's
care.
gonna be
I'm not doing this transition.
It took me a good 5 seconds to realize, like, what the fuck are you
I
talking
think we covered Konohana Kitan. The next show is just because.
Now you see why I'm saying why.
Droz, you
to
were
follow up on that.
very
you just
eager
did
about
it
the show
just
before the
cause.
season.
Hey.
You were the one who brought it up.
That's pretty good.
What are your thoughts on this show?
It's alright. It's relaxing. That's like I watched it again the second time around. It's like this is fairly peaceful.
Like,
Yeah.
you'll watch it again just cause?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
No, just put it in the background. Just to
I actually
listen to
I keep accidentally calling this show Just Cause 2.
Nice. Is that what they're gonna call the second season?
No, that's what the game is. It's a sequel to this show.
Oh, of course.
everyone forgot about the first Just Cause. It's basically like ensemble romance high school.
So boring.
It's slow. It's definitely
It
slow.
is
first
very
time.
very slow.
And like that's gonna put off some people for sure.
Yeah.
Because literally, like 10 minutes worth of exposition kind of just got stretched out. Like
The first episode was okay. The second episode,
I haven't seen the second episode.
I wanted to kill myself.
Dude, I have expectations now. God
No,
damn.
you have a guy whose spaghetti is out, trying to
That's
convince.
like every. That's like
I'm gonna
every
ask her
anime
out.
ever.
But
It's
like,
fun to
look,
like
Why did you want to
song.
kill
the thing
yourself?
is,
I don't
you
know,
have-
just cause.
you have a show whose first episode, it was kind of boring,
The
but I
show
will admit, I
sounds
was like, oh, this could actually be good because everything seems kind of realistic and it's kind of
Yeah,
normal. And then the second episode begins with baseball guy just like
Oh, no,
doing
no,
the
I can't.
No
I can't.
It was
I can't. I'm
just-
sorry. I can't.
It was extremely unrealistic, and I'm just like, you had this first episode, which is really nice, and the characterization is actually really good, and then the second episode absolutely shits all over it, and I hated it.
Oh man, when did that come out? When did the second episode come out?
Like
Friday.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
Fuck! I totally missed it. God damn it!
I don't blame you.
I haven't watched many like second
mean,
episodes either.
Why'd
so.
you miss it, Stuffies?
I was so busy with assignments.
The
Damn.
correct
No, you
answer,
weren't.
the correct answer is
No,
just
legit.
cause.
That was what?
God damn
Just
it!
cause.
Yeah, like I found it to be like, kind of mediocre, really, to begin with. Like the tone is there, but like the visual is really
Like
bad.
that. It was there just cause.
Like they put like what's his name again? The artist, the Strange Stone.
Oh, Himouto?
Yeah, Himouto is like the main.
Oh, I fucking knew it was him.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was him, but like they put in more effort on the background and the actual character itself, so it just
Oh,
doesn't look as good as that.
There's
Why-
better
what's the
drama and there's better romance
Well,
this season.
how are the
And
honkers?
point? What?
The fucking titties, man.
non-existent.
None.
Oh, boo! You
Drop.
get the
The character
You get
animation-
the titty master himself, and just cause don't make him do his signature styling. Fuck
Anyway,
that.
The character animation's like really like low. Like the frame, it's like maybe like they're barely animating it like one frame every few seconds. It's like
Okay,
It
shit,
looks
I
really slow.
I really gotta see this now. This
Pine
second
Jam,
episode.
just keep making duds.
Anyway,
Let's move on just cause.
More romance.
Is this the last time we're gonna make that joke? Yeah, joke.
No, obviously
Oh,
not.
no. It's gonna be
Beginning.
just because.
the beginning.
Anyway, so who else watched Net-juu no Susume?
Oh, Net-juu is my jam. It is just so. Oh, it just hits all the right spots for me, and it's just. Did you watch the second episode, Grady?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
What is it about?
Yes!
What is it about?
What is this
It's
show
about
about?
a Christmas cake finding bug over online game.
Yeah, basically, it's basically.
That's
about a
unrealistic.
It's a
Drop.
elite need.
Elite.
But
Bro.
yeah, anyway, yeah. So basically, there's I guess you'd say it's what's the word? Office worker
Yeah.
lady.
X.
Well, yeah,
She
and
quits.
she quits her job to
Pursue
work.
as an-
To be a Twitch
To
streamer.
To be a
No,
yeah,
play,
basically.
no, to play
Essentially, yeah.
play MMOs full time.
A Twitch streamer.
A Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Does she play LOL?
What?
Because that'd be a true
MMO.
MMORPGs.
Yeah, so
Oh.
wow. Remember when that was the thing? Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Still big in Japan anyway. So.
Oh yeah, that's the Hearthstone MMO, right?
So this show is running against the Abenomics policy of reproduce, you dumb Tokyo otaku. Reproduce.
She found love over the internet.
That's against Abenomics. The Abenomics policy of needs get your dirty asses outside.
Hey, yourself.
She goes outside to go to the convenience store, right?
Always 18 F.
Yeah, it's funny because like she plays as a guy in the
42 in Zimbabwe.
so in that sense that
Everyone knows
also
that
means
never happens.
Nigeria.
Women never roleplay as guys online to get free stuff. What are you talking about?
As go.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Is that the
anyway, it's a good show. It's
It's a really good show, and it's
Yeah.
like it's probably what I wanted just because to be out of romance. Okay, that was coincidence, guys. God damn,
Is it a short?
it's not a short. No, and it's really cool because like you're kind of getting two romances in one because the way they portray the MMOs is basically like another fantasy world. So you
So it's
have
a bargain.
yeah?
it's a great deal. Okay,
it's like Netogen or Yome something. Yeah.
That's why I thought it was
I
a
haven't
short.
That was
That was also for them.
But yeah,
so
you
I
have
guess.
yeah.
so
But
you have the
I think this is a lot better than Net-juu.
I haven't
I
seen
It's
like
going
it
from the
a lot.
other, it's from the other like perspective as well, so it's more
Yeah.
interesting for, just because of the new like angle.
Yeah, like because I think Net-juu no Yome is like a harem show, whereas this is more
Oh,
of a
don't
rom-
harem, yeah.
yeah, but this is more like a romance.
Yeah.
Kind of style.
Multiple pairs, that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Wait, I just want to say like a couple of things, right?
go.
I think what the second episode did really, really well, and I think like cemented it for me as like something like a really good show, is the way they portray MMOs as like this space to socialize as well. when Moriko was talking to Lily-san, right?
Buying Gia.
I prefer the real anime.
about their struggles and about like just like their life in general. It really like resonated as to how to me as how I socialize and how I make friends with people online. So I think they did a really good job of portraying that online space as like a place where people also socialize, not
It
just.
also helps other players that are more into role playing than actual like meta gaming itself. So
Yeah, I also really loved like the like where it like shows the MMO at one point and she's like, well, he's like crying, and then the other character's like, stop spamming the crying emote, and she's like,
Yeah. Oh, I love those little moments when they're talking in conversation in the fantasy world, and then they cut to her, and she's like, we see her reactions. We see her like 1 second reaction. We see her doing typing and stuff like that. It's a really good like way to see her reaction, and it's also inject some comedy.
yeah,
at
it's
the
basically a
same
good
time.
balance between like the game and the real life stuff. as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah, it's a cute like one goes woman's show from a female perspective, and now we jump into the ultimate guest territory. Sengoku Night Blood.
Is this show about Oda Nobunaga?
Oda Nobunaga is the antagonist.
Yeah.
Following started.
Yes.
Always has to
Hideyoshi.
be involved. Anytime
Hideyoshi.
Sengoku's in the
Hideyoshi.
title.
Obviously, this one is following Hideyoshi, and it's isekai series. Basically, the female
Next.
female player jumping to that, and then just like, and then they're all vampires.
Right! Oh, this is like the perfect storm of Juuni shit.
I've never dropped a show I haven't seen.
Like my every pore in my body is dropping this shit.
I've never dropped something so fast. And I watch Guilty.
I was there's like, and the last the last scene is basically like the Hideyoshi licks her blood. It's like, oh my god, I feel something. Anyway, it's pretty shit. Something better is called Realize. It's another Osama game, but it's set in a steampunk Europe. I think it's
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
That's promising.
Yeah, like reverse harem type of stuff. Well, not harem,
Okay.
but Osama game, so multiple pretty guys, and the main guy is
Double tick right there.
Lupin. Lupin Arsene Lupin.
Oh shit, Lupin's in it?
Wait, what?
And, yeah. And basically the skill is like he's gonna steal her hearts because she has a little like biological weapons like stored up where she's a curse being where everything she touches will die.
Wait, that's not a
Is this a
metaphor?
WWE?
It can be interpreted figuratively and metaphorically, both at the same time.
Is this rewrite?
No.
Is this Guilty Crown?
No. Like everything looks good, everything like looks polished, like there's some kind of stuff going on, but yeah. Like it's a very competent like Otome starting method, but it's like one cursed girl just trying to find love with like other like with the savior of some sort, and there's some other like political stuff going on where like they like some shadow factions manipulate the British army to take her away or something like that.
No, the
Because
British
she's-
army.
Because she's the weapon, and there's also a guy called Frankenstein.
Oh my
So why
god.
not?
Wait. Is he the actual monster though? This is
Yeah,
make it
the
or
doctor.
break it. Oh, great.
Finally, someone got it right.
Yeah,
Looks
like
good then.
I'm not a target audience, but I can see it become a very decent show, like coming out from there. But yeah, it's
Sounds
called
good.
Realize.
Has promise.
Has promise, but
But what
I'm
if
not a
they're
target
all
audience. I probably
vampires?
won't continue with it. Cool show though. Anyway,
Did you not hear Stooge's question?
what?
But what if they were all vampires all along?
She kills everything she touches.
Just like my ex-wife.
Anyway, so something with a similar premise, Mahoutsukai no Yome. I think more people have watched this one.
So good.
Yeah, it is really good. It did captivate me a little bit. at the
What is
start.
it about?
What does it sound like?
Girl becomes orphan, can see magic creatures everywhere that scare her all the time.
Mushishi.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
That I
becomes
understand.
a slave or something.
Yeah, she becomes a
Yeah,
ranger.
and then she gets sold off at an auction to
A very one-sided
Mr.
auction.
Skellington, who
Mr.
takes her back to
Skellington.
England in his nice house. And everything is over now, and she's going to become a magic apprentice.
It's like sex slave being groomed to a wife.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Also, the
Oh, I'm
kind of prequel OVA
You
is
still
also
my
really
slave.
good. You should go and watch that.
I'm
I
not gonna
own
watch
you.
it because it's more something later on, so I'm just holding off for now.
Pretty sure it doesn't.
It does.
Fall in
Just
love
didn't
with
realize
me, but I'm still your master.
Like the
If
mo-
it spoiled something that I didn't realize, is that a spoiler?
Everything's
it's because of what something happened to go after, later on in the series. That you
It's like
Look,
me
if it's
watching-
good, it doesn't matter if it's a spoiler.
yeah, up to you.
That's true,
Like,
yes.
the moment I realized,
It's basically me in Phase Zero.
like I was kind of into it, but and then there's one scene where like I realized I really liked this Magus because I just oh, I'm gonna watch you now. What? Oh, it's something natural. What? Dude,
No
get
shame.
hold of yourself.
No shame.
Yeah, he's basically like so fucking old.
Yeah.
Why would
Also,
you-
this is somehow a prequel to Akagami no Shiryuki Hime.
Perfect. Just a red hair.
Exactly.
It's perfection. I agree with this. Why didn't we screen it before? Oh
So
wait.
it turns out it's pretty good, yeah?
It's
Yeah,
one
it is,
of
it is.
like the most hyped show this season. I feel like
Yeah.
the world itself is pretty interesting to watch, despite just being like the usual like Europe fantasy type of deal.
Is there anything wrong with that though? Because that pops up so rarely in anime.
Yeah, I suppose. Like anime trying to do other shit that the most orthodox stuff just tend to get ignored. So it's good return to the usual formula.
Look, it's magic without Dungeons and Dragons, which is really all you need to be not terribly derivative.
I am interested to see more of the actual magic though. I'll be interested how they.
The
actually
magic
play
is
it.
basically mix up some pastes and then draw a magic circle. It's not Harry Potter magic.
Fair
It's-
enough.
More like
It's not magic gun magic.
more like Denno.
Ah, I'm interested. Den of
Alright.
course.
Alright, so highly recommended this one as well.
Hmm.
And next one, Yuki Yuuna. You watched the movie, so
Okay.
Next.
Do we need to explain how the hell this franchise works? Because I see a lot of people going...
30 seconds, go.
Okay, so you have the original show from 2014. Alongside, running at the same time, there was a chapter every week released of Washi Osumi wa Ishiteyaru. This has now been adapted this year into 3 movies, which total about 6 episodes length, which are being cut into directly, like almost exactly into the episodes. There's also another prequel light novel set 300 years before everything, and there's also a light novel going on right now, which is possibly going to be related to the events of the upcoming sequel, which starts on November the 24th, right after this. So we have 6 episodes of the cut-up movies, followed by a season 1 recap, followed by 6 episodes of the sequel.
Done.
That's, yeah,
Yay.
Is that 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
whatever. What are you
Actually
counting?
works in 30
Yeah, so
seconds.
what? How's it?
That's why I
Good?
asked.
Bad?
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I honestly think that Washi Osumi is the best part of the whole franchise so far.
Yeah, I think it's probably like
The
if
Fate
you
Zero
So
want
the,
thing.
the only prerequisite is
Kind
to
of.
watch the first Yuki Yuuna, or
Yes.
not even that? Okay.
You have to watch
Okay.
There's also an alternate watching order, which is meant to emulate how it originally came out, which is like you watch part of it, and then you watch the first episode of Washi Osumi, and then you watch another part, like that. You don't have to though. If you don't want to bother with something that complicated, just watch the first season and watch this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great.
I didn't recommend. So Yuki Yuuna basically Mahou Shoujo fighting. crazy-
Mahou Shoujo with a ton of slice of life. I think the big draw of this is the world has like a ton of Shinto-inspired religious imagery, which is actually super important to the backstory, and also that the show is almost completely about regular girls living regular, normal slice of life lives, who then are forced to fight. It's not like, don't fucking compare this show to Madoka, or I will hit you.
Yeah, but there is a point where we kind of need to say it's a Madoka-esque, but in the best way possible.
In the same way that Magical Girl Raising Project is
Yeah, yeah.
Madoka-esque,
Mhm.
in which I mean it isn't.
Yeah.
Madoka is a thriller. Madoka is a drama. This series is not a drama.
Do you say drama or trauma?
God,
Both.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, keep going.
Alright.
Yeah, it's really good. All the characters are great. The animation, well, it's from a movie, so it looks great.
Yeah.
The second season will probably also look great, but I can't tell you yet.
I just
It
find
hasn't
it
happened.
interesting in the way they just cut corners. This is just like cutting the movie stuff into there, so they can just focus on the second half instead.
Oh.
Yeah, it works. So I don't really mind. Like I watched like what you call it, Chain Chronicle last like in winter. Basically the same thing anyway. So anyway, so something with similar premise. Hoseki no Kuni.
yeah,
Is it?
I guess maybe. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like I knew it had a bit of a following the original series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's, I guess first of all it's 3D CG.
Done by Orange.
Yeah.
Except the backgrounds, for some reason.
No.
Oh, the background's all 2D.
What is it though?
Yeah, so basically
It's
they're, I guess you'd say they're jewel girls. I guess is the.
It's like Friends, but instead of animals, it's jewels.
So is it Steven
So-
Universe?
Wait.
Actually, I haven't seen
not
Steven.
a single one of you.
I never watched Steven Universe.
I don't watch Steven. I just heard it was really bad. so I
Oh,
didn't watch
you guys suck.
I watch it with time.
Steven Universe. Anyway, yeah. Basically, there are 28 jewel girls, and they are fighting off against the Moon people, like the one.
Womb people?
Yeah, you know the ending of Kaguya.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, they come down and try to fight them, like defeat them, and then take them back as like their own
Oh
stuff.
shit,
Those
alright.
treasures,
Yeah,
That's
so Kaguya is a
interesting.
prequel. Yeah, everything done CGI.
Kaguya 2.
And like it
it.
actually,
Try harder.
like it managed to replicate like this friend by friend for the manga as well, and There was an original PV came out 4 years ago of 2D, but I think this one done better. I think 4 years is a long time for technology to evolve anyway, so yeah.
Man, this reminds me again of our future cast where we said CGI would be the future of anime.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
it's
Oh, that's the one.
there's a lot of really interesting stuff that they do in the series itself as well. Not talking a bit outside the technology and general story. Like for example, in the early part of the episode from memory, one of them, like, they get their leg broken off
Yeah.
and like shattered to pieces and stuff like that.
They're slow people.
And then they like put them in a body bag and take them home, and then then they can put them back together because they're all just jewels. But
They're all
there's
people.
there's some
That's
caveats
racist
to
against
that.
Geodudes.
There's some caveats and stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to see how it progresses.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of draw in terms of like interesting traits that if you imagined rocks as people.
They have put a lot of emphasis
What
on
if
the whole
rocks
hardness.
were one of us?
Yeah. They put a lot of emphasis on the using the hardness as scale.
Yeah.
Hardness scale as one of the traits as well, and use it like some like way to tell like the useful. It's character focused existential dread type of story here, with the first episode being more focused on the character itself than the actual world. But the world's very barren to the point is like there's something wrong with this world. Is it a game? Is it like, well, not game as a video game, but it's like it feels like something that can come out as a story for visual novel as well, so because of how out there, how like idea focused it is. And it was said, so some people might not like it, and I see a lot of people compare with Children Whales because of that.
Because of the kind of desolate.
The desolate ground, the whole like, but compared to Houseki no Kuni, Children Whales more focused on the whole exposition, info dump type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting world, but as a result, the characters are now that we are not really
Prettiest show of the season.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You had the whole sketchbook type of like background stuff as well.
Oh right, we've changed to.
Yeah.
So we changed to Kujira no Kora with Sajou Utau, yes.
That's the smoothest.
I didn't mind like the exposition. Like judging from the end of the first episode, we're gonna go into Crazyville. Everything's happening now. So I feel like they needed to give us all that information. About stuff. And you could also argue the main character is actually like a storyteller writing down stuff. So it's not that far fetched that they would literally be telling the story to us.
Yeah.
And like it never felt like we must dump all this info on you. It felt like I'm weaving a tale and I'm the narrator and also a character in this drama.
Going back to Houseki no Kuni as well, because the protagonist in that show is also a recorder as well. So that's why there's a lot of comparison made between those two. Going back.
I really like the world because it's so weird.
They're putting a lot of like things into like the world building stuff. Yeah.
I'm excited to see where the show goes, but I also have no clue what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Wait, so the connection between these two shows is they're both war correspondent stories in fantasy settings.
Yeah, pretty much.
It just gets to the point where like Children was more like a D&D sandbox. Sandbox.
No.
Like you
This
don't
doesn't
really
feel like D&D at all.
Not the traditional D&D, like any tabletop game. Like,
Why would you compare it to D&D if you're not going to compare it to traditional D&D? That's what everyone's going to think when you say it's like D&D.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but basically like it just feels like this give us a sandbox without anything like significant drama to come with. That's why I feel it's a bit weaker in that respect. Anyway, but yeah, it's anything else?
It seems like it would be a good adventure.
Yeah, depends on how it goes really.
Speaking of adventures,
It would be interesting to see.
Kinotabi, the beautiful world.
the animated series, you got to remember that bit.
It's about a talking bike, right?
You know, that's the pull of the series.
Spoilers.
It's in the synopsis. It's not spoiled.
Yeah, talking back, I wasn't aware of that before. I was like, who's this? What's this voice coming from?
Same. I was like,
Oh,
who the
that's
hell
right.
is talking? I like at the opening scene of the first episode, I thought it was like some dude off screen.
Right? The narrator, right?
The cameraman.
You guys will be shocked by episode 2 then.
What, the bike transforms?
No.
Oh, I'm sold. Fuck me.
Roll out.
No,
There's a dude all along.
the first episode was really good, and the second episode fucked up the adaptation of the Colosseum arc so badly.
I think
There's a tournament arc already.
Damn.
Kind of.
this.
One episode.
Yeah, I think this. Wow, that rivals Tiki.
Single episode tournament arc.
But yeah,
Perfection.
so I think this season of Kino no Tabi is a lot faster in pacing. So like, I think original Kino's journey.
Original Kid was very slow for the most
Yeah, it was very like if you watch Isekai no Shokudo, similar in that kind of pacing where kind of really slow, just taking you into the world, and then taking you out by the end of the episode.
I think
apart from
The first episode was really good because it did everything that the previous series did, which was we have a single episode, let's get Kino to the new country, and then we'll have her, go throughout the journey. And then she's... Yes,
I
her.
thought it was a him. My God.
Voiced by Yuki
It's-
Aoi, what do you think?
Yeah, no, my girl's voice guy's an
No,
anime.
this is her, trust me.
Okay, well, it's not even relevant anyway, but
She
I'm
has
just kind of
boobs.
surprised.
But yeah, so, and then by the end of the episode, she's gone. She's left the country. That's fine. The original series also mostly did this, except for one arc, which is the Colosseum arc, which was over 2 whole episodes. And then they adapted it in episode 2 in a single episode, and it skips over so much that episode, it loses the impact of it. And I feel like the problem is they went, well, we're going to remake some of these older stories. What do? Well, let's take the Colosseum arc, because it's one of the most famous ones in the original. Oh, but we want to tell all these new stories, so we're going to have to squeeze it into one episode, and they fucked up the pacing because of that. But I feel like every other thing they do will probably be fine, because all the other stories are one episode or less. Some of them are in less than half an episode. Like, I think there's a story about she finds like this train track, and there's like one guy who's cleaning
Oh,
the train
no,
track.
okay, I'm gonna come my ears here.
There's a guy who's cleaning the train track. There's another guy who's removing the train track.
And that's enough. That's
And yeah. So, and like this story is like 6 minutes long in the episode, and there's another 2 stories in the rest of that episode. So, if they keep going and every story they adapt is that short or only an episode long, they will be fine.
Yeah.
Or if they actually give a longer story 2 whole episodes to work with.
Yeah, this is my first Kino no Tabi, so it was a pretty good. I've only seen episode 1. I haven't seen episode 2 yet, but episode 1 was a pretty good introduction to the show. I remember hearing a lot of people say it was gonna be like not it was gonna be the original, right? Was very slowly paced. So I do agree with you on what you said about it being faster, because it did feel a bit faster. It didn't feel like as slow as I thought it'd be, but it was still pretty good.
It's not that much faster. Like it's still quite laid back, I think.
Kind of, like I think the first episode may have been a bit.
Yeah, the first episode was very laid back. The second one,
the second one
was a
was
little too
a lot.
quick.
Yeah. Though yeah, I think they probably. I think from memory, some of the characters in this episode recur, which is probably why they covered this arc again, rather than just going arc. And yeah, so it was probably a combination of they want to introduce the character, but they don't want to spend much time on reiterating that. So they, rather than focusing on the whole story of the Colosseum and
They just went
the
over
characters,
quickly.
they just focused on one of the characters.
It just annoyed me because this Colosseum really is a great arc in the original. And I just feel
Yeah.
like they kind of toned it down. They didn't show the slums. The king didn't look like a nutcase. They didn't do the whole puppet story. We didn't get introduced to half of the characters in the finals, but it's still all right. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the rest of the show is still going to be very good. So.
I'm looking forward to it. The very
Yeah.
least. I like the short story, 1 episode anthology type thing.
Yeah, the other thing is it's like, because it's a lot more modern than probably people will probably find it a lot easier to watch this.
She doesn't look like a potato anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it's like at 1080p or
Well,
That's true.
it's-
And it doesn't have the scan lines either. So.
yeah.
I mean, that's certainly one of the reasons why I was hesitant to start the original. So this is a good like introduction for new people into the series.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
Konoka-
like, yeah. The-
Konohana is pushing this normal series as hard as Index. So
Yeah, and yeah, like if you get through it and really like the show, then there's nothing stopping you
There's
from
another
going back
13
and
Yeah.
episodes to watch.
watching the original thing.
And damn, Kino's a girl. Bonus. I didn't even know.
It's,
Bonus?
I wonder if they'll adapt
Yeah,
that story
bonus.
again.
It's pretty. It's ambiguous.
The land of
original.
adults made it quite clear.
Kind of.
anyway.
Grady, come on. The land of adults made it clear.
Anyway, moving on to the next one.
Shoujo Shumetsu Ryoko.
This is a perfect adaptation of the manga.
Oh, you read the manga.
Yes, White Fox have done this so fucking well. And I am incredibly happy about it.
So what's it about?
Cute girls.
Okay,
doing cute
basically,
things, but every humanity is
It's it's the post-apocalypse, and everything is nuclear winter, and there are these two girls who need to be made wider.
Whiter.
dead.
Wider.
They're-
Wider.
Like
Like
a Murray sketch.
it's like they used the Yukuri as the
Um,
inspiration for their
And
face.
and basically they ride around on a World War II era Kettenkrad, pretty much just trying to survive, and in the meantime having cute slice of life post-apocalyptic adventures.
Would you recommend it to
Yes.
like a non?
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
one of the
good.
better shows this season.
I think it is
Alright,
the,
yeah.
it is the
Alright.
best slice of life show this season, unless the whole post-apocalypse stuff discounts it from that genre. I
Two
suppose.
girls, slice of life, post-apocalypse scenario.
They're gonna fuck.
It's
No!
it reminds you of Come On Friends, doesn't it?
Oh no!
I mean, yeah, I'm
I
super.
mean, yeah.
I'm super sparse on
Yeah.
shows this season, so I'm pretty much like looking for anything that's half decent to give a shot.
This
so.
is
Yeah, it's
great.
good.
This is probably my favorite of the season. so
Before there are animatronics in this thing as well.
far. What? Guys, there's a fish, so.
Nice.
There's a fish.
No, another thing I really like is this is a case of using 3D CG in an extremely appropriate way, because the characters are blobs. Like,
Yeah.
you for Kyoani drew more blobs? You haven't seen anything yet. And there's a few moments, like in the opening minute or two of the episode, where they're on the Kettenkrad. And of course, the Kettenkrad is like, it has tank tire tracks, so you can't animate that easily. So it's in 3D CG. And it's turning a corner, and you would expect, turning a corner, the characters will look like shit, but they don't. It actually looks really good. And
And they are blobs.
because they are blobs, and it actually looks nice for once, which is a huge surprise.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice and just so quiet. It's so tranquil.
It's very
Yeah.
calm and peaceful.
The bike doesn't talk in on top of his belly.
Sadly, I would love it to be a third character, but anyway, that was
It's also going to adapt a fairly large chunk of the currently released stuff, because it's going at a pace of about 2 chapters per episode. So,
okay.
so it's
Pretty
pretty
decent. Yeah. So moving on to the other extreme of the spectrum, Keikai Sensen 2
And beyond.
and beyond.
This is a- it's a great-
Should have seen this.
It's a great reintroduction episode because I had forgotten who half of these characters were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, the fishman. Ah.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it-
that's right.
it's a reintroduction to all the characters, and it's also a reintroduction to the crazy, frenetic pace of the show without
Oh yeah.
affecting, like, this arc, this story is resolved in a single episode. This
Yeah.
is not going to affect the rest of the show. So
Yeah. If they can
It's-
stay like this, because I remember the last season was really
if they don't fuck up the ending like last time,
really plot heavy at the ending, and it was
That
a
whole
bit-
last arc. even.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
that.
too much plot.
Keikai Sensen peaked at episode 5 with a giant truck raging down.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Truck
that
Oh,
was
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Like,
Good times.
Keikai Sensei is a slice
Dude,
of life
burger
in a
episode,
chaotic
though.
world.
Yeah, like
But
the appeal of this series to me is chaotic, frenetic stuff happening in an extremely weird New York, and I don't need any of the plot shit because that was the worst part.
It's basically the city is
Anime
alive.
original too. Think about that shit.
The city is basically alive, and you just love the characters in this that you have in this world.
Yeah, they really managed to make the city feel like a real place.
I just love how people are getting eaten alive and just like, okay, who cares?
okay,
Move along.
understandable.
Um,
Just another day in New York.
If you liked, I guess, the first 8 or 9 episodes of Kekai Sensen, this is exactly the
You
same.
should.
So
You
far.
should.
They're
So
the
far.
best part of the show.
Hopefully they don't plot heavy the ending.
Oh, I
Look,
hope there
it's-
aren't a couple of
look,
fucking twins
guys-
that are gonna get on my fucking
Guys,
nerves.
it's Bones. It's almost certainly going to have a terrible ending.
Oh,
I prefer my Kekai
don't put that
bonus.
evil on me.
I mean, Macadamia survived, so it should be fine.
Academia. Nice.
Oh, well, if Green Naruto made it, hopefully this makes it.
Yeah.
Green Boruto's dead.
Again? Anyway.
Just make an anime out of that.
Yeah, like, that's also one skill where you just go, okay, our like fucking attack names are overlapping, come on.
Yeah, like 3
Yeah.
people attack at the same time, and they all have really long attack names, but they all say it at the same time, so you can't even read the subs quickly enough. And then they complain about it after.
The show has a great sense of fun.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah,
Watch it.
And it's very well animated.
Watch the first
Please.
season.
it's the funniest comedy.
Alright, we gotta check it out.
Alright, Urahara, another crazy looking show, let's just...
Well, no, it's super fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Eh?
What's it about?
These 3 girls who work at a fashion place in Harajuku. The Earth is attacked by these aliens that want to steal culture,
Oh, whoa.
and then they become magical girls and protect Urahara. Yeah.
Urahara is
Still
like
Yakudeka.
Is this Civ 5?
Yeah. And the animation is crazy. The art is incredibly colorful. It looks really nice.
Maybe, okay, that's cool.
Alright.
I'm just sad that Shirogumi isn't actually working this
I don't
time.
get why you are. They're a 3D CG studio.
Domination.
You don't know what Shirogumi did?
I don't care.
Nyampo,
What?
Nyampo, and Etotama.
Nice.
Sorry?
It's like the best looking shit ever. I was like, okay, when's the next one coming out? Nope, still not this
Look.
one.
Edotama's 3D looks good, but it would not have worked with this show at all. It would have been awful.
Depends on how you implement them, really. So
The show is all about extremely lazy line art, and
Yeah.
3D CG would have completely ruined that.
yeah, like, well,
Nah, man. It's
I
the
can't
future.
ex-
We've already said it in the podcast.
I come in expecting more Shirogumi and just got some lazy animals that. Anyway, moving on. Transformation. Garo, vanishing lines.
Very, very manly.
I've
very-
watched the
very
first
chaotic.
6 episodes of the first season.
The first season
what's-
is wonderful. Finish it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
I'm gonna
watch
finish
this
it,
one.
don't worry.
Watch this one as well.
Don't
Yeah.
watch this one.
Watch
Like, I
this
had to
one.
fold the laundry. Like, this is why I watched EQ holder. EQ holder.
EQ holder.
TQ holder?
I went on Anime 11 because I was like, oh, they have Garo on there. I'll watch it while I'm folding laundry. And then, oh, UQ holder was on there too, so I watched it. But yeah, no. But you don't need any prior knowledge of Garo.
No,
No.
all the Garos are meant to operate individually, even the live
Right.
action ones.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's like, there's things that you realize about, like if you watch a lot of Garos, then you notice the different ones. But I think it's kind of like Time Bokan versus Yanana. Wait, yeah, like so it's like
Wait, they're in the same universe?
yeah,
Oh,
okay,
shit.
you're talking in the same universe? What?
I think they are.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
kind
they,
of,
they,
yeah.
they flip around. So like Yana, yeah, aren't they?
And like I mean,
Yeah.
like with the old Time Bokans, like initially it was like the Time Bokans were the good guys, and then they were the bad guys, but not really, and then it alternates like that.
Well, I'll give my newcomer's perspective. I thought it was decent. I know Lemuel was complaining about the camera work during the action scenes.
Action scenes
And-
are shit.
And I can and I can understand his dislike towards it. I think it's all right, bearable. I try to ignore it, and it works for the most part. Characters are okay. I'm not too invested with the main character yet.
Which one?
The manly guy. And
That always happens.
He-
The guy,
Oh,
the guy
this-
is just
this-
a manly guy, and you'll like him more later on, probably.
Probably, yeah. Oh, and this show's got a talking bike as well. So hey.
What is it with bikes?
Yeah, I was like, there's a 2-show talking about it.
Yeah, right.
I watched this one first. I was like, what's the other one? It's like, oh my god, Kino, what the hell?
Yeah, the action, I feel like I have brought this up so many times before, but moving the camera around and moving it fast and shaking it does not make your action scene good. It makes it awful. I can't follow the
I
action.
can track
and
everything, so
hate
I
it.
don't have any issues.
I hate it. The
It's
camera is
very-
constantly spinning around and around and around, and that combined with the shaking actually makes me feel sick.
It's kind of very Hollywood, I think.
Yes,
The-
I hate how Hollywood does action. It pisses me off because there are some good directors that just don't do it.
But yeah, so
Like, everything else about this show is really good, except for the action. I just can't stand it.
It's the director's for debut work.
Yes, it's his debut work. That was such a surprise
it's-
that I went on AniDB and discovered that fact.
Yeah, a Korean dude, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, nice.
And I mean, it's pretty clear from the action scenes itself that he's
There's more
inspired
like,
from like.
bike action as well. It's so good. I missed that since Scarlet Zero.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was a decent intro for me. Good action, decent characters.
Look,
I'm looking forward to.
it's better than the second Garo.
Yeah. Some girls are
Although that would it would be really hard to not be better than the
the
second.
second Garo got good in like the last quarter, right?
Garo. You mean the last quarter of the last episode when you realized
The last quarter of the segment C of last episode.
Watch
You mean the credits?
watch the first anime Garo, then if you can find it, watch the live action Garos. They're actually pretty.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the movie as well.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
also an anime
Divine-
movie sequel.
Divine Flame is really good.
It's basically a culmination of like entire Garo season 1 stuff. Anyway, more so Garo, I really love it. So probably one of my favorites because like I have a big thing for Tokusatsu lately. So and Tokusatsu,
Oh wait, are we getting into Infinity Force?
Infini-T Force.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you all the tokusatsu heroes from 70s and 80s come together, ensemble cast style, and you know.
Avengers.
I dared say Avengers or Justice League style, but yeah, it is essentially that.
Yeah.
So you got your usual motley crew. You got the Gotcha Man guy.
Kashin.
Yeah, you got Kasha, and he showed up in like the last bit of episode 1, and fuck, he's so good. It's a big contrast between, let's say, Gotcha Man, Kasha. You've got Polymar,
Yeah, Pokemon.
and
Tekka.
Tekka Man, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys only heard of one or two of them.
Yeah, no,
I think I've heard of
yeah.
that.
I know Kashan recently had a
Kashan Sins.
reboot thing.
Was
And
that?
Gotcha Man had probably the most memorable like anime introduction thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Has Tekka Man had anything?
No.
No, yeah, I've only heard him through name
I
only.
think there was a new tech going
And then there's Polymon, which I'm like,
Unless that
ooh.
was
Yeah. I was like, who the hell's this guy?
But you always gotta have that guy, you know. It's like, I mean, if in Justice League, just for example, like I know Cyborg, but I know a lot of people who won't know who Cyborg is.
Yeah.
It's that guy from Teen
not
Titans.
real fans.
Teen Titans, yes, Teen Titans.
Dude,
How do you know about Teen Titans? by the way?
Dude, Teen Titan is legit a good show. Okay?
Yeah.
That was a cliff.
Yeah.
Back to
But
top.
yeah, it's looking promising. All CG, so you know.
Mocap CG.
Hmm?
Mocap.
Oh yeah, that's right. Huh?
They
Yeah,
have the
it's-
like credit for
I
like
don't
all
know.
the voice actors, and then another screen with like all the like mocap actors as well. It's like wow.
It's
Wait, they're different people?
Yes.
it's a lot. Honestly, it's looking
Just
pretty
look at
good
the
for
voice
CG.
actors.
Like
No, they're not good action actors.
That's a lot of
The
budget.
shit,
man,
shit
legit.
looks clean and nice. Like you could follow the action really well. It reminds me of like really good CG cartoon, which is good. You know, like that's the kind of thing
it's
you
made
want.
by Frontier, I think,
Okay.
who made the whole like the Resident Evil cutscenes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that should be
Yeah,
that should
so
be a good indicator of good things to come. Just like a minor personal thing I really liked is like so the three here the three first heroes first introduced are like so yeah, you got Gotcha Man, Polymar, and Tekka Man, and then Kashin comes in at the end, and he's clearly very edgy kind of anti-hero like, which is exactly how he is in the original shows. At least that's how I remember it. Because he's like this wasteland wanderer type guy fighting in the post-apocalypse. So it makes sense that like, of course you're gonna have to have like the real hero, goody good type guys fight him first before he realizes what's going on.
Yeah.
I just like that touch.
How do you like Takeshi?
Oh man. And then of course there's that pink-haired motherfucker.
Takeshi. I just love him. It's like the way he just keeps spamming that line. It's like, oh God.
the chaotic neutral type character is also like the villains are very villain-like. It's just a nice little tokusatsu homage.
Yeah, in episode 2, because Kashima is the oldest, so
Yes.
he has no idea how technology works in this world.
So you got your Captain America.
Yeah, basically. It's just like, oh, why is the stove not on? Oh shit! It sounded.
Yeah, there's yeah, I think probably should have dug in a bit deeper, I guess, but the 3D CG I think is probably, if you're normally someone who shies away from 3D CG, then this is not. This is probably something that won't be a problem.
This is probably going to be my standard now if it keeps up this kind of look.
Right.
Speaking of 3D CG,
What?
Inuyashiki.
Oh yeah!
Realization.
Yeah, like I forgot that this thing is CG. I mean, most of them.
This show came out yesterday!
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, what? Because it's not clear CGI unless you look at it how it works. Like the coloring itself, it looks pretty decent for the coloring itself, but then just like when it moves around, it's like, wait a second, it looks a bit off. Even the dog is CGI.
Yes, the dog. Why is the dog only CGI? That's really weird. Anyway, what is this show about?
It's a show about Grandpa being a badass justice.
Grandpa becomes a robot.
Become a RoboCop hero of justice.
Nice.
The first half of the episode was actually amazing. Like it almost made me cry on the first episode. That never happens. The drama of that first half is so well done, and the second half is like alright. And I hear the rest of the manga doesn't focus on the Grandpanator as much as it should. And apparently the ending is shit. Written by the author of Gantz.
Robopop.
No, it's Grandpa Robocop.
Yeah.
At least until edgy teenager gets involved. Apparently he's shit.
You young whippersnappers.
This adapted 7 chapters of the original manga because apparently it has god-awful pacing and is mostly images. So this is probably going to be a full adaptation of the whole thing.
Yeah, there are like 85 chapters in total.
Yeah. So 12 episodes would finish everything easily.
Yeah.
So the first episode was really good. The CG is like
It worked.
It's alright. It does make you question like why are you working on so many shows that you needed to use CG here? But yeah, it's okay. Like I noticed it, but I was like, whatever. The storytelling is really good, so it doesn't matter.
It made me go Grandpa, go!
Yes.
At the end. It's like, oh god.
Like I really like Grandpa by the end of this first episode.
Yeah. Because like the first half basically establishing someone who's basically lost everything.
Absolutely everything.
Absolutely everything. And the second how you become hero of justice. Oh my god, you have a new purpose. Do it. Come on, Grandpa, you can do it.
Oh, this sounds like my jam. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah.
Basically, the first episode is really good, but manga warning, it could turn out bad.
Who knows?
Kind of like Parasite, but apparently it's even more of a train wreck than that was.
Well, let's see if the adaptation people will just go fuck it.
Anime original.
Yeah. I don't know
Full
why.
Metal Alchemist style.
Yeah!
Nice.
I don't know why I put this scene here, but yeah, next up. Ousama Game. Dude, you watch it, right?
Hey, what's
Here
it
we
about?
fucking go. Oh god. Alright. You know how King's Game works, right? Where it's like everyone does what the king says.
Yes.
It's literally that, except you have a 24
Oh yeah,
hour time
1
limit.
kiss of 6, you know.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh no, but that's gay.
It's that,
I'm fine with
except
it.
you have 24 hours to do it, and if you don't do it, you die. In a very gruesome manner.
What the fuck? Hang on, wait. Excuse me? Run that by me again?
Well, let's just go over the very first thing they're told to do. The first thing told to do is basically, main guy is told, basically, kiss, the hottest girl in school.
In the class.
Yeah, in the class.
Whatever, there's no other classes, who cares?
This actually kind of sounds interesting. I don't know what this train wreck is
Okay.
going to be.
No, alright, no, to understand the train wreck.
Wait.
Here we
This is the third Ousama Game in the series. Like the third, everyone dies.
I love that. It's
There is, I think the manga is, there's the original manga, then there is a sequel manga, And then there's this as the second sequel.
Wait, so the manga's his previous school? Is that? What
Yes, because in the very first 5 minutes, there's like a reference like to this guy, losing someone else, and you're like, oh, who is this? Maybe this is a flash forward. We're gonna find later. No,
It's a flashback.
it's happened already.
Yeah.
That was the previous Ousama Game,
Yeah.
and now we're moving on already.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I mean, that makes sense, but where does the train wreck come in, Mimiao?
Fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
You
so
remember-
basically, the guy comes into the class and he's like, okay, I've got to wait for Ousama Game, now we're going to be safe. And then everyone gets a message, and the message is basically, the main guy has to kiss the girl. And everyone else is like, God, what are you, some kind of sicko? Did you send this to everyone else? He's like, no, this is real, it's real! It's like, no one believes him because he just spurgs out. And everyone's like, what are you doing? And do we spoil the end of the first episode?
Probably not.
What? Why not?
I mean, it's the funniest
Just
moment.
go, just do it.
Okay.
I get it.
Then-
Do it.
Alright, sorry.
I'm gonna close my eyes
Spoiler
on
warning.
this.
Spoiler warning.
And
Spoiler
I'm gonna
warning
watch
for
it at
about the
home.
next minute or two.
Alright, just tap me one on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So,
I'm listening.
the end of the episode, he does actually kiss the girl because it turns out the girl actually likes him.
The girl
And
likes
then,
him.
Boo.
and then the next thing becomes, the next 24 hours you're going to follow this thing. Don't fall asleep.
You fall asleep, you die.
But about 10 people have already fallen asleep.
They were asleep at midnight.
So then,
I
due
forget.
to breaking the Osama's rules, they wake up and hang themselves.
Oh!
And then, right at the very end, so he's basically gone, oh my god, we're going to stop everyone from falling asleep. So he's gathered them all in this park, and it's like, midnight. And then the guy who is the bully, because, fuck it, this kind of story always has to have that, is basically beating him up and saying, what kind of sick joke is this? And then the Osama's like, this guy has broken the rules. He dead now. And then blood comes out of every orifice.
He dies by bleeding to death.
Which also includes like skin pores. And he basically explodes into blood, and it is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's-
It's.
Alright.
Alright, now let's.
Wait.
let's- oh.
One more
Okay,
thing.
so let's-
The
Still
funniest thing is that the bully knows that this guy has been to a previous game, and so let's go kill him instead. It's like, why can't you just ask him instead of trying to kill him?
Yeah.
What's the point of killing him?
Why
Alright,
are characters
Spoilers
being
over.
stupid
My ears
for the
hurt.
sake of
Yeah.
it?
Yes. Also, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, it becomes one of
Everyone's
those...
a dumbass.
Yes, it's one
Yes!
completely...
Do you remember
I
the
need
last
to
two
see this
episodes of
train wreck.
Another? Do you remember how funny the last two episodes of Another were? That's what this whole show is going to be
Oh
about.
shit, okay, I gotta watch now. When I get home.
No, you don't. You really don't.
I wanna be in on this train wreck with you guys.
I'm not going
I'm
to.
not
I
with this.
jumped off. The train began accelerating, and I looked ahead, and I saw the cow carcass on the tracks, and I'm like, I'm getting off. I'm jumping off.
That's what I'm getting on. I'm jumping off the bridge onto the top of the train. And I'm getting it.
Are you cheesy or something? Anyway.
Nice.
So next up, Juuni Taisen.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm sorry,
Next
guys.
up...
What a letdown for most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he okay?
How do you live up to him?
It's
People
writ-
dying.
It's written by Nitsio.
Spoiler!
Damn!
But apparently it's
People
nowhere near
die
as
when
good.
they're a
People
kid.
dying in a battle royale? Whoa! No, anyway, hi, we sorry. Monkey best. Teaming up with a rat, even better. That's pretty much it for me in terms of shows.
Don't make me want to watch this show.
Dude,
It
I'm
is
sorry.
a battle royale with Nishio writing and Chinese soldiers gimmicks and just crazy superpowers going around, basically.
It's great.
See, now Nitsio Isin writing can be really good, and it can also be really convoluted.
Are we talking
Which-
about
which
the
version
power
we got?
to kill people with keyboard solos or what?
Go ask me.
What is this,
Jay.
Toho?
Like,
Someone should make an anime of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
visually speaking, it looks nice.
It looks great. I actually love the character designs in this. Everyone has.
What's with the rabbits?
No. Everyone has their own flair. Everyone's very distinct. It's animated really well, I think.
Which one's the old man?
The sheep.
That's a sheep?
Yeah, apparently.
Is this Edotama?
Were you not listening?
Yo, there's a sheep in this show? I gotta watch it.
It's based
Are
around
you
the zodiac.
whales?
It's based around the zodiac
Yeah.
animals. So
a
the
secret
gen-
New Zealander.
the premise of the show is that each character is one of the zodiac
What's the
animals.
animal of this year?
Not sure.
Like in real life, because that'll be the one that
Chicken?
wins.
Who knows?
Probably.
Chicken, I think, yeah.
I think it's fucking chicken.
Alright, so
I'm
the
gonna
chicken's
look
gonna
this
win.
up.
There, you don't need to watch it anymore. Chicken won.
Spoilers!
We're having great. Oh yeah, it is. It is the rooster.
Yeah.
So
Year of the cock.
Nice. It's my favorite one.
But yeah, that's the general premise. The 12 guys who represent the zodiac animals battle it out, and the winner gets like one super awesome wish.
And then there's apparently a sequel, like Night Novel as well.
So it's Fate Zero.
Yep.
I was
Extra
thinking more
episode.
Erotama.
Yeah,
Zodiac.
Fate Zero.
They're basically the same
made by
idea.
Ness
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Yeah.
Mhm. So basically, so this year no one can lose to the cock.
Dude, it's she's a girl.
Didn't that happen in NTR?
Remind me of that.
She's a girl in the show, so I don't mind if she wins.
So she can cock you.
I wouldn't like that either. Damn.
There's a line we weren't supposed to cross.
My zodiac animal is.
These guys happen. Anyway,
It's good. Yeah, it's great.
good. You like
Let's
it?
go,
You
let's
recommend it? Alright. Next up,
Dies Irai.
Dies
It's Ireba. By the
Latin
way,
for the day of wrath.
Angry reaction.
I was contemplating on whether to watch this.
It's
because
one of the highest
reasons.
rated visual novels ever.
Yeah.
And I think they really fucked up the adaptation because I don't care.
What?
The first episode is apparently...
Episode 0.
It's episode 0. Apparently is an adaptation of something that you read after you finish the first 2 arcs of the visual
Because
novel.
the visual novel, the anime is kind of adapt the 3rd arc because that's the most self-contained one. So it works, chronologically speaking.
But,
like you
but at
read
the
through.
same time, I don't care. Because this first episode didn't endear me to the show at all.
Because it's basically
Be-
showing like the equivalent of Dio waking up in the coffin and then just making your own stuff before we jump into Jotaro in episode 1. Basically, that's
It's
it.
really
Episode
convoluted, I don't care about the characters, and I already know that the rest of the show is not going to be Nazis with magic powers, which would be an incredibly entertaining show. Instead, it stars some fucking loser otaku Japanese kid, so I don't care.
Dude,
Hey, that's offensive to
those
everyone.
Nazis are the main like characters in those ones.
There's a difference.
Just because you follow that guy doesn't mean they are the main character. Like,
yeah,
for
but I
example,
follow that guy, which means I'm going to have to deal with him being an absolute
Well,
idiot.
I assume he is the main character in this particular adaptation, so we have to follow him anyway, right? Like that's what I assume.
No.
You mean?
he's the point of view character, but he's not exactly the main character. If you know what I mean, like they don't have like the most of the stories revolve around those Nazis. Actually, he's basically like outsider, like observing those stuff. So
But the basic problem is it's a bunch of stuff happening, and I don't care about any of the stuff that's happening.
it's about Dio awakening. It's fucking fantastic. And the best thing is the 2 characters, the save for the 2 characters. Basically, it is Junabe Sunichi being the opening OP guy.
Wait, so what you're saying? It's like about watching Dio's awakening,
Yes.
but you kind of do need the context of why
Yeah.
Dio was there in the first place.
He's a Nazi.
Well,
He was asleep.
Okay,
When
well,
he woke up.
I think this is gonna be one of those things I'm gonna have to judge for myself.
And then I got more fun because what's it called? I got more fun from this because it's basically what's it called?
When has there
Yeah,
ever been
it's
a
basically
JLC
Kosuke
adaptation?
Todoroki and Junichi Suwabe being the OP guy, and then Kosuke Umi being the manipulative like guy, trying to coax into like the whole crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, to get involved with the shit.
Yeah,
Oh okay, yeah.
It's basically-
it's a character interplay that you and I are
the
familiar with.
Thunder Fantasy interplay is like, oh my god, I'm looking at these guys again. It's like crazy fun. Yeah,
Alright, well yeah, now I will have to see it for myself.
like it's not a great adaptation because animation is bad. The story was confusing. The direction is
Oh god,
horrendous.
the animation is really
the
bad.
fight choreography is non-existent. But I just love the craziness that just happened in the
What,
the
is
background.
the music good at least? Because,
Yes.
Okay, then in that case,
I didn't notice it.
Rat Boy Genius. This is
It's
the
re-
Rat Boy Genius of
No,
this
no,
season.
it's basically metal screen, the metal all the way through.
Okay, yeah, no, but like,
Come on,
hang
think
on.
about it.
This is why I keep on bringing up Rat Boy Genius. All right, it's like it's ugly. It's not to anyone's taste really, but it has a story, and it's a story that's told consistently
Come
with
on,
good
I know.
music.
I know.
Okay,
It's Japan doing Nazi and doing crazy metal.
all right.
Speaking of episode 0, something with South episode side end.
Yeah.
Idol Master.
Oh, take us away.
Yeah,
Katie.
so this is an adaptation of the second side of Idolmaster. So I guess the first thing to say, actually, probably, yeah, so in original Idolmaster 2, so I guess not quite there, Idolmaster 2, the game, there's, was it 13 idols in that company, but then there's also the antagonist group Kuroi Pro.
There's an antagonist.
961.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Which is
Master is superior.
Keep going.
yeah, and there's 3 antagonists basically, and their producer Dio,
Oh.
and so essentially, I think it's not too spoilery because you kind of know by the 0th episode of Side M.
Yeah.
But basically, they all realize that he's been playing them, like, because the
Kuro is being
Namco
antagonistic.
Pro is like all very like power friendship. Let's do this
Yeah.
on
Grassroots.
yeah love and passion or whatever. And then
Love and
Kuroi Pro is like all that matters is how good you are, and so that kind of carries through. And then at the end, then like the main boy from
961.
yeah 961 is
Jupiter.
yeah from Jupiter is like, oh hang on a second, you tricked us. We like because there was
Hey, this isn't Smash Bros.
because Dio told them that like the other company was really bad and like kept sabotaging them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, basically, so that kind of really strong character setup of an entire game's worth of being the antagonist. They take those characters after they've left Kuroi Pro and into a new world, and essentially
Yeah.
inside them there's Cycle Pro Productions.
So it's a
315.
sequel.
What?
It's
So
a
it's a sequel.
quote unquote sequel, but yeah. They are basically
Yeah.
like the
Spin-off
Black Ranger.
sequel.
They are basically the Black Rangers.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Who's your favorite idol so far, Grady?
And then
Well, backflip. But yeah. The,
yeah, episode 0 for Jupiter, like I didn't watch the original. But then I fell in love with the origin, like Jupiter straight away after episode 0, and then the what call it, the CEO of the new production is also
Yeah.
a fantastic character. Yeah.
So we can just watch episode 0 and then just.
yeah. You watch episode 0.
Alright, I'm gonna pick this up. I need an idol.
Because episode 1 is slightly weaker than episode 0, because episode 0 you have like the whole established group trying to have this whole like emotional investment to make it work, whereas episode 1 is more like the standard like new people joining in the production, so it's kind of weaker. But like start with episode 0 because they get you more invested into the whole production as a whole, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It's all male, but it's also a male producer as well. So
yeah, it's a really it's really strong. I think if you're not a fan of generally idol shows, either directed towards a male audience or female audience, this one probably hits both targets.
yeah,
Most
most like male idols, celebrity shows tend to just be like Fujoshi bait or like Otome game type of stuff. Like think of like what do you call it, Project B, Prince,
Shonen Hollywood.
Shonen Hollywood, that type of stuff.
Utapri.
Utapri, like this more like Otome game type of stuff. This one, because everything's guy, but there's no like gay like interplay between those people, so it feels more refreshing from the guy's point of view. So yeah, it's pretty good. Unlike Dynamic Core, which is just bullshit.
Is that all that needs to be said?
You watched the Nutshag, right?
Wait.
Who has
no.
watched the Nutshag?
No.
No, because the performance during Dynamic Core, there are like 4 like music videos during Dynamic Core's episode 1. The performance basically all flash animation.
Oh, alright, okay.
Wait, like the
I see your
Nutshag
game.
style animation?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, it's still like pretty boy type of art, but like the animation is basically like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck am I even watching this? It's such a such a massive gap between those two shows.
Nothing needs.
And we got more idol shows coming up.
Ready.
Work 2, I gotta be honest, I forget what happened in the first episode completely.
Grady, maybe we could be
I
able to
think-
remind you if we were able to watch the movies and catch up.
Oh,
if
right.
perhaps the movies were subbed.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, so I think second season is more of the first season, which I think is kind of like it. The show kind of has that feel of being a low budget, trying its best show kind of thing.
Somebody must.
Like, as in the production committee is kind of has a low budget and
1 to 2.
yeah, Wake Up Girls.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably not a
I should
standout
Wake
for me
Up
or anything,
Girls
but
too.
but yeah, it's not bad or anything. Just kind of like
More the same.
yeah, more of the same. Kind of mediocre.
Yeah,
But
they
if
should
you
just-
like Wake Up Girls, then you'll probably enjoy it.
Speaking
Time
of
to
more of
wake
the
up and
same,
smell the roses.
speaking of more of the same, Love Live Sunshine.
Whoa!
Dude.
Damn, sir.
Grady, have you heard of this extremely original and mysterious plot about a school shutting down?
Again?
Yeah.
Is this Girls with
Are they
Fun?
Right.
seriously reusing
Admittedly,
that?
the difference this time
Come
around
on.
is the whole first episode is extremely strong on this school is shutting down in 6 months. There is nothing you can do about it. Like, Otono Kizaka was basically, we're not going to take any more new applicants and the school's shutting down in 2 years after everyone's able to graduate. This one is just, no, we're shutting down in 6 months, we've cancelled the open day, you're all going to have to go to some other school nearby
Holy shit.
for the rest of your education, and it's gone. I will honestly accept this as a plot point if the school actually shuts down.
Yeah.
But that is almost certainly not going to happen.
We have to
So I'm just really hoping that the rest of the season they basically ignore it and they just do what Love Live 2 did and they just have it be a bunch of great slice of life stuff because that was the strength of the first season of Sunshine as well.
It would be interesting.
Nah.
It would be interesting if they.
It's Hamada, what do you
We
expect?
gotta save the school with singing and dancing.
The opening and ending songs are
This is like
really
one of those
good.
shitty 90s dance-off movies.
Look, it's not Footloose. The ending song's really good. This is probably one of the best overall, which is saying something because most of them have been really good. They haven't shown us any other new music yet. So.
Whoa, what's the point?
The animation is typical of Sunrise Studio 8. It's really good. The CG is somehow getting even better.
Well, of course, it's the future of anime.
Like, it's actually looking really good. Although I do think the best CG for a character model in the entire season so far is actually the ending to Anime-gataris. Just to jump back to the start.
Anime-gataris. That was so surprising.
But yeah, it's. Did you watch Love Live Sunshine? Did you watch Love Live? You're already watching this show. Do I need to recommend this to anyone?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know if it, like, any new audience will be
Interesting.
interested.
Look, Love Live is a good idol show, so watch it anyway.
Good cute girl that's good, it's just not exactly a good idol show. Like,
Well,
It's a
next.
good show.
Suki Pool, nobody watched this, so let's just moving on. What else is there?
Time Boku 25.
Oh yeah, Grady.
Yeah, so this is the show that I watch.
I get it.
Him?
Because it's the previous one
Only
was
in the
Time Boku
world.
24, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, so...
Wait,
Already
but they
is
also
single-handedly
made a sequel.
funding the franchise.
Yeah, it's... What?
25 comes up
Yeah,
to 24.
I buy... I keep the Blu-ray counts high enough to make another season this year. But yeah, yeah, so...
You get secret emails from the publisher like, why the fuck are you watching
We
this?
have to keep making
No, I have to keep making
yeah,
it.
so yeah, there's like I think the jokes are back strong. This time it seems like they're flipping. I think from memory they're flipping the heroes and villains for this one a little bit. So
Yeah, no, I think that's a common Time Bokan trope. Or
Yeah.
at least from what I remember.
Especially,
watching
like-
it as a tiny laddie boy.
yeah, Time Bokan,
Wheeler.
Time Bokan,
Oh, Wheeler.
Yadaman Knight. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's right. I've remembered all kinds of good bits that they did better this season. So the first season, first episode rather, they had a lot of interesting trivia as well, which was
Yeah,
like
trivia.
no, but like for example, the first episode was on Thomas Edison, and they had like 3 trivia points
Okay.
about
About how he
Stuff he's
stole
done.
inventions and killed an elephant?
What's with the elephant thing?
He
He
did!
did. He totally killed an elephant.
It was him trying to prove like his AC electricity is bad or something.
So he
like
said
the
the elephant-
electricity that he didn't come up with, it's bad, so he killed an elephant with it.
But electricity?
Yes!
Yeah, AC electricity is the electricity we use every day, except at like
He
PowerPoint.
killed a beloved elephant too. It's like double on double.
Alright, anyway, moving back to Tenbogan.
Yeah, so like there was some quality what do you call it? Penis jokes.
Nice.
Hang on, wait. You were like quality, and I'm like quality what jokes? Penis. Oh, okay. I didn't think we were talking about Gintama.
Yeah. So
Not
there's
to that yet.
yeah. So there's a few quality similar quality.
Basically,
jokes
Freud
in
would be proud of this show.
Yeah, but so if you didn't like Time Bokan 24, you
What are you doing?
yeah, I'm disappointed. No, but yeah, Time Bokan 24-2 or 25 as it says in this spreadsheet is probably actually you might enjoy it even if you didn't enjoy the first season, and even though you need there's some context that you might need to understand what's going on, you can probably just jump in at the second season as well. If you tried watching the first season and didn't like it or something, which
This is bringing me right back to like I think that original girl in the original Time Bokan was one of my first anime crushes, but like that's a different story.
How old is she now?
Oh, fucking I didn't. It's time travel shit, so who knows really?
Anyway, yeah.
If you're wondering, no, none of us have watched Shokugeki no Soma 3.
No.
Organ Thomas.
Yes!
Wow! Classical Loi or
Yes!
Basically to
Yes!
Robo Monster, the subs still not out yet.
Oh no!
And it started Boku no Koi wa Tensei Data is not out yet.
As we said last week, Sangatsu no Lion 2 is not out until tomorrow, but the first one was brilliant, so this one will be too.
I'm just waiting for Overmasters, man. It's gonna be, I feel like it's
So
gonna be
now
pretty
we have the whole.
Now have the shorts. We'll do some
Okay,
short
we'll
reviews
keep
on the
these
shorts.
shorts
The
too.
real anime.
First of all,
The real anime.
That's all we need to say for that show. Anyway,
It's voiced by an Italian. It's perfect.
no, it was voiced by an
It
Italian.
was voiced. Same thing.
it's kind of Italian.
You
No,
can
the original was
Yeah.
an Italian man, then it's a British person, now it's Japanese.
but it sounds Italian.
Yeah,
this
it's
sounds
still
like cultural
Italian, I think.
appropriation. That's that review. Next.
another misconception thing. It's not animation. It's not done by Polygon Picture. It's done by Dandelion Animation Studio. It changed in the credits. It changed in the official site. So stop spreading the thing about Polygon now.
Oh, thank
Fake
God.
news!
If you're going to watch Pingu, I would recommend Newt subs.
You are fake news.
Yeah.
Young
It's
good subs.
also really interesting how well, because it's probably 3D CG.
It's apparently 3D CG.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
Yeah.
3D CG.
It
looks like the
the
original
same,
Claymation.
yeah.
Mm.
So anyway,
Which means we can just get more Newt in shorter time.
Wow, brilliant.
Next.
I mean, like, if we're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about like claymation transiting to 3D CGI, like that's what Aardman's been pushing for a long time.
What if Pingu was rotoscoped?
Are they going to get some actual penguins?
Grave good.
No, guys, they're just going to go to Antarctica and start filming.
Alright. Let's
Perfection.
keep going.
I prefer the real penguin anime.
Alright, did you know March to the...
Love
the
penguin.
high quality, polished anime of the season. Love Kome.
Two.
More rice jokes.
Yeah, and absolutely
We're
fantastic.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
No, really great.
Was it rice?
It's really rice.
So
Rice gum.
we saw Men-Dependence Day, and
Oh my
our
god.
great fellow Shoyu Kotoda. There was so many
We
jokes.
don't get
I
these
have-
puns.
Soy sauce is shoyu.
Oh, no, I wish
Men-
I didn't get it now.
Men is like in ramen.
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, so
Japanese puns. The
non-stop
show.
puns. I think
Japanese
every-
are
Constant,
puns.
untranslatable food puns.
Yeah, well, they're not untranslatable. It's just that
Boy,
Really
they sure make me hungry.
Oh,
Get out of here.
oh, that's.
But yeah, really good first episode, and yeah, I'd recommend
Next.
Speaking of
The
hungry,
it. You might need to
Ah.
know
This
The
Japanese.
one-
next
You
show
might
on,
even
the next
say
show on our
it's
list
the
is labeled just porn.
Chef's special.
Okay,
What is this show, Stooge?
It's Omiyai Aiten wa Oshie
Something
Zoyaki
Mondaiji,
na
right?
Mondaiji.
So is this just the third porn show in a row or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's the other porn. Alright. For
Do
the
we
benefit
need
of
to
people
really
who
review
haven't
these?
heard my rants about this yet.
Oh boy. here we
Wait,
go.
there's a rant?
And wait,
I
no.
thought for these shows we just have the same thing to say. It's porn.
Yeah, no,
Moving
that's,
on.
Yeah, that's
no, but look, I'll keep it concise. Japanese salaryman, busy, declining birth rate. They don't have time to jack it. 4-minute shorts, perfect time. You can do it on the train. You can do it during toilet breaks in the office. You can do it during cigarette breaks during the office too. So it's perfect. 10 out of 10.
And look at it. Kusuno Honkai Beach Sensei.
Oh, get
Is
fucked!
it literally?
And she will too!
It's just like, oh, I'm teacher, going on a dating site. I found this dude. Oh, I accidentally fucked his twin brother who happens to be my student.
Sounds like something you see.
That's it. That's the whole show. First episode.
Wait, what twin?
Sounds like something you see
Twin.
on
They're
Pornhub.
twin brothers.
It's like
you know?
it's like when you search up.
Are they actually?
Yeah, fucking the guy whose
Holy
name begins
fuck.
with S, and then the student whose name I forget.
If I were to search
They're
up
twin
teacher
brothers.
MILF on
What?
Pornhub, that's what would come up.
That's it.
Excuse me. Excuse me. What the fuck?
Next.
That's hentai.
This is
I know what I kind of want to.
Why would
That's
you
how
watch it for
everything
the
started. That's how everything started in Kusuno
Alright,
Honkai.
what's next?
Let's keep
Osake
going.
fufu.
Osake wa fufu ni natte kara.
So good.
I'm watching any shorts this season.
Looks like a beer porn.
All I
Without the porn.
could
Alcohol.
feel
What's
like.
Salarymen, they're really busy. They don't have time to go drinking with their superiors.
This one's not
So
actually.
they're just a watch of people drinking, and you can do this on the train because you're not allowed to drink on the train. You do this like while you're on the john and like, you're thinking about drinking, you know, but you can't drink anymore because your wife is gonna get really pissed at you. This is the last straw, and you're pretty sure she's fucking the delivery man. But like, you know, whatever. We'll watch this anime about people drinking.
All this show could remind me of is a great little short from 2 years ago in the summer season, Wakakuzake,
Yeah.
which was amazing because it was basically just this office lady goes to like an izakaya or a restaurant or whatever, and she orders a small dish of this delicious looking food and gets like some kind of drink alongside it. And then she just ate it, and then you just heard her go like, "Shah,"
She ate the
stop.
dish.
Yes, all of it. and like that was it. The show was just she comes into a restaurant, she orders food, she goes, "Wow, this looks great." She makes some noises, which is like, "I love this."
No.
Do you
Yes,
have the ASMR?
it's basically just, "I love this food," and then it ends. And that's all this show reminded me of, and it was so much worse because there was all this extra drama and
What
story.
drama? Romance.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
care.
It kind of reminds me of Valhalla.
It's
in a
too
way.
short to tell
The
a proper
visual
story.
It's basically romance slice of life. With,
I don't know if
and
it's
there's a
about
recipe every episode.
Because it's
of how to
yeah,
mix the cocktails.
like the way they make it. When they mix the cocktails, yeah.
Oh.
The ingredients, yeah.
Like the only short that is this short that actually does story right.
Here's my Bloody
It's like
Mary recipe.
Maho
Add
Shojo
a
wa
fifth of
Natsumoi
vodka.
Desu because it like Maho Shojo wa Natsumoi Desu
Just a
has
fifth.
like a scene that'll take like 3 or 4
Fifth of
episodes
vodka.
because it's 2 minutes long. This show crams like 2 or 3 scenes into 3 minutes, and it's not long enough for me to give a shit about anything.
Alright, but okay. So the people get drunk in the anime.
Yes, it's boring.
I guess we have
Skip
to be
it.
drunk.
That was great.
to watch it.
Okay,
Watch
next.
it. What's
What's
the next?
next?
Taisho maybe a
Oh yeah.
So what is this about?
Fucking no idea.
Alright, that's done.
Next,
It's basically like
hang
7 minutes, but it's like I don't know what happened with the 7 minutes. It's like,
Okay, so Japanese salarymen are really busy, and they don't have time for coherent plot lines. You know? This is great if you just want to sit on the train and go, what the fuck, for 7 minutes, and like that's it.
like basically, like look at the key feature. There's basically like Ishi guy and Chibi guy. The climax of the first episode basically how did I turn into a Chibi guy?
Oh, okay,
This
whatever.
is what the fuck am I even watching?
Right, moving on.
Okay,
Please,
And lastly,
please.
Shingeki
Two.
More Cinderella girls Gekichu. Whoa, I'm falling backwards.
So it's a sequel to the first one, so it's the same,
Charles nearly fell back in his chair.
yeah,
but like it's just the same, right?
the chair machine
Yeah,
broke.
more skits.
Alright,
more
we're done.
skits.
Alright.
Whoa!
Salarymen are really,
Now,
Yeah.
there are 3 more things to talk about, which are shows
Continuations.
from last season, and we're basically just a status report, I
We
suppose.
can just run
First.
through this quickly.
Ballroom.
Borume Yokuso.
Japaripa.
Good.
How do you feel about this show, Grady?
Good.
Yes, it's
moving
great.
on.
It's really good. If you
Fate
like the first
Apocrypha.
episode, keep watching it. It's really good.
Even if you, all right, watch to the second episode and then decide, because you might be like,
Yeah,
well, I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose the first episode is kind of like, but second episode, yeah. Second episode is the rest of the show. It's really good.
Yeah, second episode you realize how much you like the first episode, but first episode you.
The first
still
episode
be
you're
on
kind of
the fence.
unsure.
Yeah.
Fate Apocrypha.
Yeah, I mean, like if you liked it so far, keep going. It ramps up a bit. I mean, as traditional as it is with two core shows like
Don't.
this. I mean, no, like literally the epitome of like Fate for me is Fate Zero. I don't expect anything like of that level in any other Fate show ever, except maybe for the movies that are coming out soon.
There's a difference though. There's a
like-
difference between I expect Fate Zero, which is dumb, and I expect at least Dean Stay Night. This is worse than that, because that show is funny. Because all the characters constantly live angry, and the general plot is actually alright. It's just the art is hilarious in that show. And also the music in the original Fate Stay Night adaptation is wonderful because it's the original music from the visual novel.
I actually like the music in this, you know.
Fate Apocrypha is so bad. Like, right, the typical Fate setup is we'll spend like the first 1 or 2 episodes detailing who all the masters are, who all the servants are, and what they want to do. Now, this has double the servants, so okay, maybe it takes a bit longer, but it took me until about episode 9 or something to realize that most of the servants on the red team are actually held by one guy.
How did you not realize that?
Because I was so confused. I was like, what's going on? Because this show is terrible.
Dude, I don't really expect anything.
The only reason I'm sticking around at this point is because I like laughing at it, and Mordred is great when she's kicking some people's asses.
dude, I watch
The episodes about Mordred is shit.
I watch it for the waifus. I watch it to see Mordred animated and John and Atlanta and all
Yeah,
those.
don't
The
watch it.
sofa!
Look,
Yeah!
go watch Fate Zero
Hit me up
again
with that bass
instead.
shit.
Go watch Fate Zero again instead, and I guess Unlimited Blade Works to prepare for Heaven's Feel.
Yeah, Yokai Apartment's alright.
You're about to catch the feels.
I heard there was a Criminal Friends reference in Yokai Apartment.
Excuse me?
Maybe.
Apparently they wore onesies that looked like
No.
And those are generic like cat ones.
Gintama made a Kimono Friends reference.
Well, of course they
Well,
did. What
spoilers.
don't they make reference to?
Can't
I haven't
go
watched
guys.
it.
Oh, they probably
They
did. Right?
probably did. It's
Alright.
They probably made the
Your
reference to the
apartment.
original Time Walk.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright.
So, oh wow, done.
That's
there we
it.
go.
Yeah.
Oh hell, you guys are so efficient now. You're on time.
Wait, shit.
Yeah,
Are we
Because I have to
done?
get a train.
Okay.
Alright, thanks for watching.
Oh wait, favorite first episode. Go.
Oh shit.
Infinity Force.
Fuck. Anime-gataris?
I thought you guys said the fuck the porn one.
Okay. Ready?
Sidon.
The point.
0th episode.
Silent, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he said the first episode.
Stuffies.
Net-juu.
Net-juu.
Assuming you can't count because I already watched the movies. Shojo Shimatsuyoku and very close. Kino no Tabi, Maho Yome, and Kujira no Kora.
Too many. Pick one.
I already picked one. Shojo Shimatsuyoku.
Okay.
We're fine. This sentence is gonna go.
No. If Silent doesn't count, Scaro. Okay, good.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel.
Like us on Twitter, Instagram, our Vine.
Yeah.
Can we get 10,000 likes? Damn them!